Bonjour. Just a few quick words in English. I know that Philippe will forgive me for that. Because we'll have two very important emergency meetings of the Security Council on two critically important issues. So the first about Libya. As you know, President Macron received the day before yesterday Prime Minister Sarraj in Paris, and he reaffirmed France's support to the government of national accord. We remain fully committed, actually more than ever, in support of Hassan Salameh's efforts and action, more convinced than ever that there is no military solution in Libya, and we therefore encourage the conclusion of an immediate ceasefire without conditions to put an end to the current fightings. So this is what our position in Libya is all about, and for that we believe that the two parties must come back to the political process as soon as possible, in line with the Abu Dhabi conference, and it is above all urgent and necessary to protect civilians. So this is about Libya, right? The second very important meeting that we are about to have is on Syria. Here, as President Macron said, we are extremely concerned about the violent escalation in the Idlib region. A new Aleppo must at all costs be prevented in Idlib. This is for us the number one priority, and this is the key message that on behalf of France I will pass on to my colleagues. And of course we'll also call for more broadly the cessation of violence and the full support to the UN efforts in favor of a political solution, because we believe there is at the same time a window of opportunity for a political solution in Syria. So we are really at a critical juncture here too.
On Libya, do you think it's the time now for the Council to send such a message? Do you expect any outcome or any statement calling parties to...
Fair question. We'll see how the consultations will turn. As far as France is concerned, we have been supporting from day one to the British-led efforts for a text. And as a matter of principle, as a matter of policy, we believe that given the critical situation on the ground, an expression of the Security Council is by definition better.
On Idlib,
we'll see if it's possible.
On Idlib, there are credible reports that bombing of medical facilities has been carried out by Russia, a permanent member of the Security Council and supposedly one of the guarantors of the de-escalation zone. Your reaction?
My reaction will be very clear during the consultations that we are about to have, and my public reaction is to repeat loud and clear that a new Idlib that a new Aleppo must be prevented at all costs at Idlib. And you heard me during the last sessions of the Security Council. I was quite, I rang the bell, so to speak, on this question, because I think the risk is really important, and we need to send a very clear message to all those who might be tempted by an escalation in Idlib. Because the worst is that if it happens, then you will have a humanitarian catastrophe there. It's written, and on top of it, you will destroy the perspective of a political process that we all want to give a boost to. So on the two accounts, that would be, frankly, a pure catastrophe.
On North Korea, there's 2 missile launches in the last week. There's the U.S. seizing a ship based on UN sanctions. What's the state of affairs there?
On North Korea, we'll see whether there will be some further consultations here at the Council. We don't know at this stage yet.
Does France favour further consultations on North
Korea? We are open by definition to any, but we'll see whether there will be some or not. Too early, I believe, to know.
Consultations. Sorry.
You're like me. We'll see what our colleagues say, because the agenda this morning is already very heavy. So we'll see. Okay. Thank you. Merci.